boys at all in Central. Maybe don't let it go at that, but there are a lot of...
Old CB Square has 51 finest degrees of freedom, making...
On the way home, I got hungry, and I ate it.
We're Americans, and we only like competition, okay? I'm eating, and I'm reading a book, and this waitress comes up.
This moth isn't just swinging around, it's been bugged. Using electrodes implanted into its muscles.
Some are hard to respond signals with robots ultrasound distance.
Here, signals are sent to its left flight muscle to make it lift that wing.
Out from these cells can be used to control
different signals can be sent for it to lower its wing, to lift both wings at once, or to make them flat.
They each have a motor in them, and it actually drives forward when I walk. It actually powers that knee through the step.
It's powered through Bluetooth technology.
Increasing the frequency of the pulse makes the wings beat faster. If a signal is sent only to one side while the moth is flying, it will veer in that direction. Implanted electrodes into the brains of tree beetles,
and they
close to
talk to
neurons
each other
that
and try to
control
mimic
flight.
the stride length.
A computer
that the
program
other
in the
one's doing. If I
device
speed
controls
up,
the
the other one
beetle,
can realize
and
it's
here,
doing it,
it
and
beats
it'll
its
speed up
wings
as well.
and takes off when a negative voltage is sent to its brain. Researchers are putting moths in control and using them as a pair of eyes. They've found out how to intercept signals from their visual system and how to use them to make a robot move. Here, a graduate student demonstrates how the robot can be steered. Combining living and machine components could eventually make robotic systems more effective.
Legs when an IED hit his convoy in Fallujah, Iraq in 2006.
The IED went off directly underneath me and took off basically everything that was hanging over the ledge of the seat, my legs. And then it killed my sergeant in front of me and my good friend next to me. My gunner lost his right leg. I shattered my hip. I had 32 pins in my hip. I broke my pelvis, so I have a 6-inch screw holding that together. I lost both legs above the knee. I broke 4 fingers, broke my jaw, broke my nose, lacerated kidney. So I recovered well, I think, and great care here and done well.
Today, I use the Bluetooth prosthetics.
It's a lot of hip control. In my other legs, I usually have to use all my thigh to power through things, but since these are moving on their own, then I actually just kind of have to lift and shift my weight a little bit.
He says they're a bit heavier than the other 2 microchip prosthetics he's worn, but they require much less effort to operate.
If they're not programmed right, they kind of do their own thing sometimes, and they'll kick for no reason. Like you'll just be standing there and be like, and just kick off to the side.
Able to master the stairs just yet.
Sometimes when you go near a computer or something, you'll hear the computer start prison, so it does do that a lot. And I'll be like, I'm sorry, and I have to turn my legs off.
Communicates robot wirelessly. The team plans to use their robot brain power. New pattern behavior in the future. They hope there are enough similarities to teach about unknown.
How many people don't know who the fuck I am? Raise your hand if you don't know who I am. Sweet, we got a bunch of cherries we're popping tonight. Awesome. I love when that happens. So I am Slim, the Living Cyborg. I am a time traveler from the year 4020. Yes, I can tell you exactly when the universe ends. But just you being here today changes the future. Ooh. So look at those people, too, time travel throughout history. It's by stealing a time machine from the government. Wait, is the CIA here, FBI yet? No? Okay, I think we're good, okay, I think we're good. Hopefully they won't be here, they won't arrest me before they know what I said. Because we know how much the government hates when we steal from them, correct? Yeah. But they love to steal from us, right? Yeah. Exactly. So hopefully I can get away with this, we'll see. Anyways. So unfortunately for me, my time machine broke in the present, so that's why I'm stuck here doing sideshow for all of you.
All right, folks, here we are again. We'll do a little bit of this, and then we'll get into
all the
it.
time there is. Last year sucked. Jesus. Anyways, so all the implements that you see me using on stage today, I have collected through my time travel processes and was taught how to use them by the people in those time periods. So would you all like to go on a history lesson with me? Yeah! Sweet. Don't worry, sir, we're not learning anything. I'm just a carny up here. We're pretending it's not real.
You can slow it down a little bit, brainless.
Don't worry. Yeah. All right, folks. Would you like to hear the first place that I time travel to?
Sure. Yeah. Okay.
All right, folks, this is how this happens. They already paid me my money. I'm gonna do this full set. You might as well just go along with it because it's gonna happen no matter what. All right. Just like prom night. Damn it, Bubba. Never mind. Nostalgia.
I miss Bubba so much.
All right, folks. So the first place I time traveled to was actually to the Victorian era, and it was in the UK that I landed. And I was sitting there one day drinking a beer at the public house. Does anybody know what a public house is? All right, what's a public house?
It's a pub.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there we go. It's a pub. It is a place where after work, people in Congress and in the Senate and over in the Europe, I think it's called the House of Lords or some bullshit. When they got off work, they would all go hang out at the bar and they would all have beers together. So the left and the right side would all go and hang out and be friends. So they called it the public house because in public, that's where you would go to hang out. So I was hanging out at the public house one day, drinking a beer, and you'll notice there is a running theme in all of these stories that I end up drinking a beer. Hi, I'm Slim, the Living Cyborg, and oh, sorry, that's a meeting. That's something different. We're doing a show right now. Yeah. Thank you. Some of you have been in the program. Anyway, let's keep going. So I was sitting down in a public house, and I was drinking a beer, and a gentleman in a suit comes over to me, and he sets a letter in my lap. Would y'all like to know who that letter was from?
Yeah. Who was that letter from?
It was from Queen Victoria herself. Yes. Would you like to know why she wrote me a letter? Yeah. Because at the time there was not very many tattooed-faced gentlemen in the Europes at that time. So she wanted to be the tattooed-faced gentleman. So she asked me to come to tea with her. So I went. At first I was a little apprehensive. I thought maybe she was going to hit me from the gallows for being so weird. But I decided otherwise and I went. So I went and sat down. The first thing they put in front of me, I knew what that was. It was a piece of porcelain. And that was a teacup. The next thing they put in front of me, I was a little dumbfounded about, because in the future we don't have food that we actually eat. We only have bags of nutrients that you open up and suck down and just go on your way. So I was very confused about this archaic piece of metal. I think you humans call it a spoon.
Yeah, you humans. Jesus.
Okay, I got it. I pronounced it right. Okay, thank you, sir. Anyways, so I'll use this in the improper way. Would y'all like to say this? Yeah!
Yes, everybody, you can buy me a shot at the links below, or if you want to see me get more drunk or you want to help support the channel,
right,
please.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, folks, what's next in this open?
We'll get to the end of this act, and then we will change it. We'll begin the stream, I mean.
I have to let everybody know this at every show. This is my mom's least favorite act I do. Forking myself in public. She forking hates it. So can we all have an agreement? If you ever meet my mom, will you please tell her I'm not doing this on stage anymore? Yes. Sweet. Thank you. She's here, right? Damn it, Mom. Don't watch, Mom. Don't watch. No, Mom. All right, y'all want to see this? Come on.
This weed tastes like Christmas tree. Oh, Jesus
Thank
Christ.
you.
Oh, God, it's so
All
bad.
right, folks, see on the end of that? We call that peace of mind. If I do this act anymore, I won't remember math. Wait, hold on. What's 2
Wait,
plus
hold on.
2?
What's 2 plus 2?
Potato. Damn it, it already happened. Well, since we've done that far, might as well go further. Right, sir? Yes, exactly. Yeah, he said yes. He said yes.
It's his fault. It's all his fault.
Cheese and rice. Anyways, all right, here we go. Are you folks ready to see what delicate part of my body to shove this inside of? Okay, you asked for it.
Oh, I love that joke.
Part of the spirit show. It's not right now.
I love that joke. It's so funny.
It's a regular show. So if you're over 21, you have a valid ID and a credit card, talk to me later. We'll get that figured out. I mean, we'll figure. Never mind. We'll talk about it.
We'll finger what?
Anyways, let's want to see this. Come on.
Yeah, exactly. All right, folks. Ladies and gentlemen, here we blow with the intros, and then we'll get into the idiot.
Disclaimer: the views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers, commentators, experts, and/or hosts. They do not explicitly or necessarily reflect nor represent the channel's policy or the views held by this channel or broadcaster. The broadcaster or its channel cannot be held accountable for all or any views expressed during this program.
It's just like Killer Cop 4, but she's got Hema instead of fry cook balls. I need you, Action Bastard! Action Bastard, I need you! Action Bastard, I need you! Why am I wasting time dancing?
You want to know why? Because the world is fucking flat, dog. And everything that you see up there, as far as like planets or stars, yeah, guess what, dude? It's fucking fake. It's just lights up there. The government put those lights up there so you dummies could just act like there's something up there.
Wait a second, are you a flat earther?
Call a crackhead.
Man, what? What? Oh, what's in this shit?
And then for all of our members and stuff, here's this. So thank you for being a member. If you're a member, if you're a new member, or somebody gives you a membership, please thank them. You all make it so that we can keep doing this stuff on the YouTubes, by all of that fun stuff. Super chats, memberships, and making me drink for $5 a shot. And I'll put this back down at the bottom for a second. So it's at those links. I was hoping Mingo would be here so that she would start putting in those links as well, but if not, no worries. So let's do this and then bring in our co-hosts and guests. All right, and now bringing...
Some people without brains do an awful lot of talking, don't they?
Yes, I guess you're right.
And there's our brainless. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing okay. I was just was on call with someone up until the last second. She needed someone, and like there's another friend there, but like she had a panic attack and shit. So
okay, well I hope they're okay.
They've calmed down a bit, luckily.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Sometimes that happens.
Of course. All right, so let's go ahead, and what we're going to do is, yes, we're gonna. At least you didn't say giving goat's head, but anyways, we're gonna begin bringing in our guests. If there's anybody out there who wants to join us that has not gotten a link, just let us know and we'll send you one. And let's just begin with
Mama.
Oh, Mama.
And there we blow. How are you both doing?
Oops, sorry, doing great. Start eating some yogurt.
Yeah, you sounds like you've got food. So of course you're doing
I was
okay.
spooning. I was eating yogurt with a spoon.
Ooh, you're a spoon
All right.
there.
I saw Beck talking about what the Beck's talking about spoons and spooning and all sorts of nonsense there in the comments, but I haven't followed it because I've been busy.
Spooning is no nonsense.
Yeah.
Well, no, but I think I didn't read all the comments. I felt like some of the spoon comments were nonsense, and spooning is not nonsense. And you know, I've had a long, busy day, and I finally made it back to the yard, and as usual, I'm scrambling at the end of the day. It's good to be
all
here.
right, well, we're glad to have you. So let's say hello to the side of my chats right quick, and then we have something from Commander that they asked. They said we could share for this stream. I was hoping they would be here for this, but that's how the balls drop or the vagina kegels fall. I don't know. I don't know what to do for vaginas because, like, literally, there's not a falling of. I mean, your labia could. I don't know how to put that. Anyways, I tried. Let's say hello to our side chat, and we have our demons of the orbs. We have Canadian. We have Canadian. We have Beck.
Hey, Beck.
Hey, Beck.
We have a Schizomacrasher and Schizomacrasher. They're commercials, so thank you for being here. Yes,
you're Skitsy boy.
Let's get back over her, and then we have Mango is here in the side of my chats. She's dealing with stuff and things right now, so hopefully they can join us later. But we totally understand if
she said she'd try.
Yeah, and so here's all the links for all the stuffs and things. I'm gonna do this. Give me just a millisecond. I'm gonna pin that message. Oh my god, I hate hearing my voice. If you've not liked the stream yet, please do that. And then I'm going to pin
Let's pop out
this message.
There we go.
There we blow with that. Thank you, Mangoes, as always.
You've pinned Mango.
Wait, what about boobs?
Yeah, I saw some boobs.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm already showing my boobs, but you can show us yours later there, Mango. Never mind, we'll talk about that later. Anyways, Tubian is here. We have a nerdy rodent.
Rody.
Mango called you a boob, saying, "I'm here, you boob." And of course, Skitscratcher says, "Hooray for boobies!"
Yeah, everybody loves.
Of course, hooray for boobies!
I love my boobies too.
I thought Mango was going to show me her boobies. That's what I. Never mind, I read that wrong.
Later.
Anyway, later, that's for later. And then Aunt says, "That's how the labia stretches." That sounds like an erotic novel.
Sounds like a soap opera.
Yeah, exactly. No. That's
how the labia
totally
stretches.
That's exactly how the labia stretches.
Well, or something not as nice, but never mind.
Yeah.
How the
ball
we had a soap opera here called "How the World Turns."
Yeah, exactly.
If I recall.
Oh, that's right.
Something like that, I believe. It's in one of the older ones.
That's kind of what I feel like I'm like thinking of, and there's also like a couple other like ones that had like names kind of like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I watched a lot of Mexican soap operas.
Oh God, the telenovelas. Oh, those are a hoot to watch. If you don't understand the language, you don't care.
Yeah,
it's a hoot to watch.
It was just so much drama. Eduardo, I slept with your mom, and now I have triplets. And you're like, wait, you're not
over the top. It was over the top, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, it was so over the top and so weird. And I have twins, but now I have cancer. And this, it's like, oh my Jeebus. It was just
and then
so
those looks at the
crazy
camera, those long pauses. It looks like
those things. Yeah,
They're
totes.
awesome to watch.
If there's anybody in the side of my chats who has not said hello to us, please say hello to us. Yes, we all love the boobies for sure. So while we are
boobies.
Especially the blue-footed one. That's our favorite, the one with the blue feet.
What were the blue thingies called from the Beatles?
Big blue meanies.
There we go. That's what I was thinking when you said that. Was that
somebody popped
I was
in?
talking about the bird, the blue-footed.
Yeah, he was talking about the blue-footed booby.
Yeah, now I know what you're speaking about for some reason, but my brain thought of the blue meanies from. Anyways, let's bring in.
I don't care. I'd
Yeah,
watch
blue meanies.
weird Avatar porn. I'm not that picky or
As long as it's got boobs, I get it.
boobs. I don't care whether they're green or blue.
Well, and then also there were other blue boobies in
plaid here.
the other boobies that I was attracted to was in Fifth Element when they blew singing opera lady, even though they don't really show her boobs.
Was there like a
but I still kind of wanted to fuck her. Anyways,
and there was one in Total Recall too, wasn't there?
well, she wasn't blue, I don't think, but she did have the triple.
No, she just had the triple boob thing going on.
Yeah. And in the newer version, they have a weird version of her as well. But anyways, let's bring in our next guest.
Stunning, plump, red, perfectly unscratched, and incredibly sweet mango.
And that's our Mango. How are you?
Trying to survive.
Yeah, we understand. So hopefully, we're going to give you some distractions from your mind with the idiocracy that we have today. And Mango, you're going to love what I have found, and so is Mama. Anybody in the female persuasion is going to get a kick out of this because, dude, I was on the fence about doing things about incels again because I had 3 other subjects planned. And then I began watching this documentary, and the first person they interview, the first couple things that he says off of the interviewer, I was like, God damn it, motherfuckers, we have to fucking son of a beast in. Like, we have to do this. And so before we get into this idiocracy, I have an opener that Commander made for their channel before, and then I don't even think they realized that like I was doing an incel thing, and they sent me this video, and I was like, oh my Jeebus Christ. Well, I was like, they're like, here's for your incel, something incel. And I'm like, okay, well, we're doing an incel thing on Monday. It was like perfect timing because I don't think that they made this just for us, or they knew we were doing this after they made this. So here we blow. Thank you very much, Commander. You're amazing.
Again, Commander with an awesome render.
Yeah.
Is Commander watching or on stream? Or...
They said they were going to try to. They said they were going to try to be here
yesterday or today.
Yeah.
Yes, they said they were going to try to be here, but they said that they may be busy doing something. So they should hopefully be in the background. But they gave us permission to use this, so of course I'm going to play it.
So it's always top notch.
Yeah.
My last video was an instructional video on how to stop an orcish toilet thief. All too easy. But you know, where there's orcs, there's trolls. And we're gonna stop them too. See, the thing about trolls and orcs is they're pretty much all incels. They have this mind virus that causes them to think like this.
Yeah.
What's wrong with me? Why don't people like me?
Where's this
Why
one again?
can't I get laid?
This is so great.
I support the kleptocratic clowns in the Kremlin and their gargoyles, whose mercenary armies are named after Hitler's favorite composer. And the only people in the West who like me are incels, like Nick Fuentes and Marjorie Taylor Greene. I smell like feces, and the Ukrainians seem to be getting all the hot chicks right now. It has nothing to do with me. It's because of those damn liberals. I support kidnapping people and killing people for no damn good
that's
reason.
awesome.
Why won't any women sleep with me? And I would have gotten away with it
Commander's
too
so right
if
on
not
this.
for that meddling NATO.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, it does get that stupid.
I have totally missed this entire thing.
Picture of
What was that? Sorry, I didn't get to hear that.
Oh, I just like this whole phenomenon has like I've just started to find out about it. I heard about that. Like you played a few weeks back. We did like a sort of a look at one that happened.
Yeah.
Like relatively local to me. A few years back. But yeah, no, like other than that, like I just sort of thought that was like I thought there was like 10 people in this movement, you know, and it was like some weird thing.
There's
now in the last 6 months, I'm like, oh my god, this thing's like taken off even more.
There's like hundreds of thousands of people. There's already been 5 different incidents with people that claim to be incels where they harmed other people, and then most of them have unalived themselves. There was only that one douche nozzle, technically, the guy in the van. I think we went over him.
You're talking about the one in Canada?
Yeah, the dude who rented the van.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he killed like 17. It doesn't matter, but he's the only one so far that have been alive that did something. But we're going to actually talk to a bunch of.
Because he didn't commit suicide at the end. He
wanted to, but what he wanted to do is he wanted to unalive himself by cop.
Right.
So what he did is he pulled out his black wallet and he held it in his hands and ran at police officers. Luckily for us, the the one that was there and then 2 that was eventually there, they did not open fire on him. They realized that it was non-lethal, and then they subdued him and then brought him in because one of the things that really sucks about when we go over a lot of these things, the murderers and stuff, they unalive themselves first. And it's really horrible because we really need to be able to get inside of these folks' heads and have therapists and other people talk to them and go over their manifestos with them so that we can figure out how to prevent this. It's very difficult
for other people from doing this.
Because we don't want people going down these pathways.
Someone who's gone that far down the
no.
Try to warehouse them or whatever, but yeah, you can try to figure out why.
We need it for society to understand how to not let people go down these paths, and or what are the red flags, or what are different versions of the psychopathy or whatever. To like, there's a couple of these people that I just went over the other day where they went through going through therapy, and then somebody let them buy a gun afterward. Yeah. And I'm not saying that everybody who goes through therapy should not, but there are people that after going through certain things, being arrested for certain things, like there's a dude who got let out of jail, bought a gun, and then killed his girlfriend the day after abusing her. And then the cops, you know what I'm saying? Like, so we need to find out more about this. So the good thing about what we're about to go over is we're going over people that have not fallen so far over the extremism that they feel like they need to be whatever Rogers, the man incel or whatever, or the other douche nozzles that want to go over stuff. And I am saying things wrong because I don't want to give credence to everybody. So there'll be times that I say words or people's name wrong, or we do not define them with their right names because we're not trying to give them credence. Because one of the things about serial killers that happened in the 1980s and the 1990s was these people thought they could get famous for being a serial killer, and they wanted to. So if you're a masochistic whatever, that's what you wanted. You wanted to be the center of attention. You thought that you had it was first person syndrome or hero syndrome or whatever they call it, right? So you want to be the center of attention, and so you were doing
I
things.
just call it cuckoo.
Exactly, to me, but you're doing things to get attention eventually, even though you're doing things underground, like the Zodiac killer and a couple other serial killers. They were trying to get famous without being famous, and then they knew eventually when they would get caught that they would be famous. And it didn't even matter if they would go to the lecture share afterward. They knew they would get recognition that they deserved, and that was like part of the psychopathy that they have, being a narcissistic egomaniac. There you go. That's what it is. It's a narcissistic egomaniac that most of these people have, that they want to be the center of attention, and they don't give a flying fuck about anybody else and what they go through, as long as they get to have something better, or they're going through something that they feel is pleasurable while taking away other people's pleasures or ability and causing pain and strife on other humans and other things. Most of the time, these serial killers and weirdos, they will as children abuse animals and or kill or mutilate animals, and then later in their life we find out that they became serial killers or people that did that. Anyways, let's keep blowing on with this. We still have a couple more minutes. So thank you very much, Commander, and you're welcome, everybody, for
and to kind of back up on what you say too a little bit. I think there's far more people that are incels than we know.
Oh, most definitely.
That fall under the incel category.
Yeah, and see, unfortunately, and we're going to go over this a little bit, and they do a little bit in this one. If not, it's the next one. Is we were getting better at being more and more social, and then COVID hit, and then us introverts got thrown into being an introvert, and we learned how to be an introvert because we were stuck in it for so long. Now it's hard to get those people out of introversy. Right. They got stuck in the interwebs. They got stuck in video games. They got stuck in the bubbles that we all live in, and the bubbles got very, very smaller. And then now your echo chamber became hella small as well. If you didn't want to talk to somebody who thought another way than you did, you didn't have to deal with that in the last couple of years. Now we're pushing ourselves back into society, and now there's problems because people with mental disorders and or were on the spectrum did not get the therapy that they needed during the times, and then we got into these echo chambers and we got stuck into these weird ways, and other things happened, and that's why we're dealing with what we're dealing with right now, which is the weirdest loneliness in society that any generation's ever had. We feel like we're the loneliest generation. All of us, going from boomers all the way to Gen Z or whatever's the new gen. I don't remember what the fuck they call it.
Gen Z.
The other day. The other day they were. Go ahead.
You know why they called them Gen Z, right?
Because that's the last of the alphabet. I don't know.
Yeah, it's the last generation. After them, we've fucked the planet up. So.
Or over?
Yeah,
that is part of it. But now
I
we have
don't think that's it. But...
No, it's not. It's not
confirmed. We know it's coming now. We ran out of letters in the alphabet.
Well, now it's Gen Zeta or Gen Alpha or Gen something else. There's another weird thing that they're calling for the new generation. I don't remember what it is, and I barely looked into it. And after 30 seconds of looking into it, I was like, "Fuck this bullshit! I don't care for right now."
You know what's funny is when my parents were born, they were in the silent generation.
Yeah.
After them came the boomers. Then came Gen Z, which I'm like OGs at Gen Z. I'm like first year Gen Z.
Well, see, I'm Generation X.
Gen X.
I'm sorry, Gen X. I'm sorry, Gen X.
Yeah,
I'm OG Gen X. I'm like first year Gen X. Then it was millennials after that, remember? Then it was Gen Y. No, we didn't do Gen Y. Did we? Just went straight to Gen Z.
No, it was Z.
Millennials are technically Gen Y.
Okay.
Yeah, they're in it.
Right, and then you had Gen Z, and now you have whatever else is behind that.
So small human is one of the oldest in Gen Alpha.
So it's that's what that's what I was saying.
From the Roman to the Greek alphabet.
Well, we have to figure it. I mean, you have to keep changing it. So what better way to do that than to just, instead of saying A, now we're going alpha, and then it's going to be beta. And
Gamma, whatever the next one is from there, theta.
I have to look this up because now I don't know what
human
concept my kids are.
It's gonna be generation every sexual is gonna be next. Never mind. I'm sorry.
I don't know what that
generation inclusive, man.
Yeah, I know it's generation.
Just generation inclusive. That's all it's gonna be.
We're including everybody, but except for the incels. Slim, you reminded me of something, and I know I sometimes get overly serious, but it reminded me of something that I heard a few months back, and I think I heard about it before that, but they were talking about how difficult it is to get therapy because so many people needed and wanted therapy throughout the COVID thing.
So
and people really want to do it in person too, because people got used to doing the Zoom call therapy, and people don't want that because
So speaking of that, Devil, right quick, and we will be doing another murder mystery thing very soon. I have to pick out of the 3 weird, crazy things that I found recently. But one of the things that happened with a serial killer was they were supposed to have mandated court-ordered therapy sessions, but there were not enough therapists in the Britons in UK. And this person did not go treated for a couple months and then ended up killing their family and a couple other people.
Oh, jeez.
So, yeah, that is a thing. There's not
enough.
Well,
it's definitely a factor.
There's not enough therapists that we have, for sure.
And I meant more about the general population. Like, more people are seeking therapy. Like, maybe before COVID, like, there was, like, a demand of, like, X%. And then it, like that X% went up like exponentially because of COVID.
Yeah. I wish it was easier for a lot of us to see a therapist or to be able to talk to somebody, but there are free apps. There are 1-800 numbers, but that's just a random person you're talk to. You're not going to have a. But if you do need help,
hold on. I don't remember which one it was, but there is online help.
Yes,
it is paid, but
so right quick, Mangoes, can you do us a favor and just like throw out a handful of like free help thingy-mabobbers, either just the 3 numbers for help or for a handful of places or something, whatever you can find right quick, if you don't mind, if you have the time.
Everybody I'll just, drop my link of resources.
There you go. Exactly.
There we go.
Emily. So everybody go there. If you're needing help, you want help, if something about this thing rings a bell or you understand maybe that it would be more helpful for you to talk to somebody that has more qualifications than our punk asses. Because yes, we all deal with this and we all have experienced a lot of the weird, crazy things with depression, being suicidal and other things like that. But if you feel like you need to talk to somebody, you need some help or anything like that, here are some things that we're going to give you some information about. Yes. So please, if you feel like or you would like to share this with other people to help other people, or somebody in your life is showing you signs of something where you may need to start giving them help or asking questions, please do that. Let's get further into this, and then we'll actually delve further into the subject, which it's going to get insanely weird and dark in a minute.
I'm going to need this.
So anyways, let's keep blowing on with this.
Of the front page of the YouTube channel of the little troll that inspired this video. He has a video on how he pleasures himself. Video on how he dresses up in cosplay in riot gear, supposedly just to get arrested, and how he takes political advice from a Syrian dictator. Wow, dude, you're really gonna get laid like this? And oh look, He only has 11 subscribers.
Oh my Jesus
I got more
Christ.
subscribers than that from my last video. But the most common complaint amongst the trolls is that I somehow am a World War II bad guy. So to that I have to say this. Something tells me the mustache fits me just as well as it fits Zelensky. So I have one thing to say to the Ukrainian people with my sincerest heart. Yelreka Adonai ve'ishmereka. Ye'er Adonai panav elecha ve'nika. Yasa Adonai panav elecha ve'asem laha shalom. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May the light of his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. May he lift his countenance towards you and grant you peace. Yashakoach, amen. May your strength continue, amen. Now, I have a good friend, Operator Starsky, who's a press officer in the armed forces of Ukraine. And he's going to inform you as to who the heck the fascists are.
Yes.
Go ahead, bro.
Here we go.
The Russian neo-Nazi Andrei Keller came to Ukraine and got denazified because all the Ukrainians are doing that properly nowadays.
Thank you for cutting out the fucking that symbol or their hand sign
in the Ukrainian soil.
Destroying fascists the way your grandfather did. Awesome. Same here, bro. Now, regarding the miserable little putts that inspired this video,
dude, just look at his punk ass, dude. Look at that fucking.
Look at that, whatever that is on his eyeball. I don't know what it is.
He has a fake monocle, but the problem is what he did is he had it be like it's reflecting for no reason when you should have had it been see-through, bro. And then you don't even know how to make your punk ass fucking profile picture right so that the pipe that's in your mouth is fully being seen. Nobody cares about your fucking like big ass fucking hair, homie. That is the least thing we want to see. I want to see your pipe. I want to see the fucking monocle that you have. I don't care about your fucking hair, homie. You don't know how to fucking center a fucking photo, or you don't know how to edit something.
You know what it looks like? He wants to show his face, but he doesn't want to show his face.
Yeah, well,
you know
the thing is, why is there so much fucking hair here? Look.
Yeah, I see. On the left. Yeah, right.
Why is there so much of this? Your pipe's not showing. I get, but if I didn't know what a pipe was, I wouldn't know what this is. I would have no idea. This looks like you have a lemon square or a cucumber slice over your fucking eye,
or a button or something.
I can't even tell that it has the band right here. So you look like a fucking douche nozzle. Completely in this, and he has
isn't he one?
No, he totally is. And we're calling him out. That's exactly what. And he has his fucking collar popped like he's fucking like awesome or something like that. No, dude, you're a fucking loser. And no wonder why you can't get laid.
It's probably not even what he looks like. It's probably an image he ripped off the internet.
And or he put it through multiple filters. That's the reason why this isn't a see-through monocle, is because he threw it through so many filters that it didn't know how to make this a see-through piece of glass.
Man, to the comment thread, because I don't actually want anyone going to his channel or knowing who he is, because
fuck him, and we don't care. We don't care about
in that comment thread. I actually did suggest that he watch this video. It illustrates the parallels between the hybrid war the Germans waged in the 1930s and 40s and the one that Russia is waging now, particularly in the U.S. I do suggest you watch it. All right, thank you. Please share, and subscribe, and please head over to the Shill's YouTube channel. We have a Ukraine update every Saturday. Eastern Standard U.S. Canada with Operator Starsky. Really cool dude. The whole gang is cool. I think you'll love it. All right, thanks. Until next time, bye.
And speaking of that devil, we will be announcing. I hope you're here, Commander, because I don't know what to divulge or not. But speaking of that devil, there is a revitalization of the shills that will be happening soon with a handful of us, and the show will be revamped. And I don't know exactly all of the details, but some of us here have been kind of brought into it, and it will be something new that we potentially will be doing soon on their channel. When that happens and we know exactly what's going on with who and where and how, we will let everybody know. I did see the intro, but I was not told that I could divulge any of that information yet.
Right.
So there is a surprise coming with the shills and potentially our channels soon, or the stream pervs soon. Once again, I can't divulge all the information yet, but there is a surprise happening very soon. Speaking
when
of
we
that
know
double,
you, when we're able to tell you, we'll tell you.
Yeah, exactly. So we're almost there, but again, it's the space aliens that control the lizard people, that I'm the cyborg being in the in-betweens. There's the mole people, and then the armed penguins surrounding Antarctica, and 2 other factions that I cannot talk about, that we have to go through and sign papers for and give our ID scan and
all the NDAs, everything. It's just a whole big process.
All the NDAs have been signed, and so that information is not up there yet. But we will soon be divulging that, and I don't know when, but we will definitely be talking about it very soon. And if there are people that that don't know what we're talking about, that normally join us and want to be maybe involved, let us know behind the scenes. But we are doing something very, very soon. Yes. I know. I am not supposed to mention that I'm running for president in 2034. Damn it. You gave it away to me.
So are you running to bring change from the top down?
I'm totally, it's more like a golden shower. I'm going to be, never mind. It's going to go.
I'm referencing somebody, by the way, for those that know.
Yeah.
He wants to be governor because he can change things from the top down, he claims.
Yeah, exactly.
That has always got this top off. Is that how you're talking about?
No, there was a reference to what somebody said recently, and then also
some sort of like weird U.S. reference that I don't get because I'm out of it.
Yes, it's definitely that.
My igloo doesn't get very good reception.
We understand.
Yeah.
Well, none of us completely understand America, not even the Americans.
We don't understand it either.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just stand around and hope we don't get mistaken for an American.
Right.
Yeah.
Trying to hope that Americans and red plaid shirts protect us, but apparently they don't.
Well, yeah, and tubing, yes, it will be a platform that boots up as well. We'll be injecting AI technology into your, I can't tell you where, but that's how I'm going to get all the votes in 2034. And again, I can't give away enough information.
We can't divulge, right?
And then you don't have fun of me being here. And the other thing is I'm supposed to be the in-between arbiter from the lizard people and the mole people, as well as a couple other factions that I can't talk about here.
Slim, the more you talk about it, the more you're going to change the future now.
I know. I'm trying to not. I'm trying to not give any of that. So, anyways, somebody should buy me a shot. God damn it!
So we have to be very careful.
Well, if he changes it now, then it already has. Then he already did change it in the past as well. So.
Oh,
yeah, but that's my
excuse, right? Slim's changing Slim's future, but the rest of we don't know. We're going into the future. Whether
yes, but by him doing that, it changes the timeline for our future.
All of it.
That's the problem. It's like the butterfly effect, Yeah,
but for us, that will still be the same future.
Not to fuck up the whole thing.
Okay. Let's keep going before we
talking
debate
about
way
this,
more, because
just
literally
one
we
little.
can sit here for an hour just being stupid.
Oh, and I do have to say, a couple years ago when I was on the shills, I was on a co-host of a show called The Uncalled For.
Yeah.
And we did cover incels, like we'd covered Validation Boy a few times. We covered somebody named Copeland, who no longer has a channel. I've looked. Actual incels. And one other person, I can't remember their name, but that person actually came on our stream and started harassing us on the stream, on the side chat.
Okay.
Oh, then you did something good.
And we gave it right back to him as worse as he gave it to us.
That's awesome.
Okay, so anyways, here we blow getting into the subject. Here is Inside the Hateful and Lonely World of Incel Men. And here is this person being interviewed by this lovely lady. And just listen to the first things that he motherfucking says before we even delve into like the whole ideology of it. And once again, if you're not 100% up on what they believe in, even though I believe I gave somewhat of a good definition, they will delve into this a little bit in this one and then in the next one as well.
Right.
We've been investigating the hidden online world of incels.
I have not interacted with a female that is not related to me in over 3 years.
They're mostly young men, usually virgins, who can't find a romantic or sexual partner.
I must become more attractive. It's my last chance.
Make us do shots.
But on the extreme end, some incels are becoming more menacing.
There was quite a few women that I did want to break their nose so they would be ugly.
Where staunch incels blame women and attractive men for the reason why they're not in a relationship.
Around 60 terror attacks that can be linked to incel actors.
We wanted to know who these
60, Jesus Christ. Okay, I guess around the world that would make sense.
Probably
in the
around the world,
Americas. Yeah, and okay, because I know of a couple in the Europes, so that makes sense. Okay, but anyways, let's keep blowing on.
Incels were, what they believed in, and just how extreme it could get. In this two-part investigation, we gain access to a world that is usually closed off, especially to women.
They did a really interesting thing about bringing women into this to interview them. They could have easily put some young dude in there to interview them, and they could have gotten a lot. But I love the dichotomy or the ebb of the flow of them doing this. I really like how they had a female do this. Could we have gotten more information if a dude would have interviewed them? Maybe, but I like how they put a good-looking female in front of them. I'm not saying that she's a beauty queen, but she's the ladies they did. She's a normal, good-looking girl. They didn't put a fugly girl in front of them. They didn't put a beauty queen in front of them. They just put a normal, pretty girl or normal. Yeah, good-looking girl. Although I want to say a little bit over normal, only because maybe she's wearing makeup. But that's not 100%.
But she's not doing it like she's not overly made up like someone can be.
She's not beauty queen like makeup did up or nothing like that. Right. She's a normal person looking. They do wear a little bit of makeup, and the only reason I'm bringing that up is because that will be brought up in this as well from some of these people. But I do agree with the way that they presented this, in the way they did.
Before we start this story, we want to let you know that it contains violent and distressing content.
Hold on. I don't remember what MGTOWs are.
Men going their own way.
Okay, so that the difference between
or say MGTOW, but yeah, men going their own way.
So the difference between that is like something like me. I'm a forever bachelor, is what I consider myself. I'm going to always go my own way. I will date people. I will be around people, but in my brain, I feel like nobody will ever marry me. Right? Or I'm never going to get married because, like, you know, I don't mind having a long-term relationship, but that's what in the 1950s and the 1980s, they were called pool hall players or forever bachelors.
Mm-hmm.
So all of the single men who were in their 40s and 50s were in the pool hall playing pool, not trying to get laid, just getting drunk and hanging out. And that's
they were just bachelors, yeah.
Yeah, and that's where I kind of feel like I'm at. But that's the older version of bachelors, not the young version, right? So there's the young college kid and early 20 bachelors. That's a different lifestyle than I believe the MGTOWs is, and or what we call forever bachelors, which is the older generation that has
it's kind of a little bit more than that. They're not quite incels, but they're still a lot of them are still it's not so much as they're bachelors, but they still have issues with women, if that makes sense.
Yeah, sure.
I really try to find a hard way. I'm trying to explain, but they're not like incels. There's a slight difference. There's a difference.
Yeah,
it's more like
you got incels and you got taints.
Well, it's the old school version of where men in their age think that, and this isn't me, but I believe this is what the MGTOWs thing is they still feel like women are under them to some small extent.
Right.
They have a problem getting into relationships or staying because they think that they need to be in the kitchen, barefoot, pregnant, and they can't make that connection. But they're the older generation, I believe, of that. Where, okay, yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. I'm a forever bachelor where I can
you're not a
MGTOW. I'm not one. Yeah.
No, MGTOWs are hateful.
They're very hateful. Exactly. They don't like women. They're still in that incel category.
Yeah, but they're the older generation before incels were incels. I believe is what I think is going on. I feel like I'm just a forever bachelor, which means I've been in relationships. I do that all the time. But most likely, I'm going to end up dying at the pool table at a bar.
But you're not in relationships because women won't date you or do anything for you. You just
of course.
It's just how things are rolling with you right now, right?
Well, and I haven't been single for a gazillion years, so I feel like maybe being single for another couple months or maybe another month until I find the right person, then it will be a thing again. So I don't go on dates and demean the person that I'm on a date with or say, oh, I make more money than you, so I get to, and blah, blah, blah. We're all equal. Everything is whatever.
You're not domineering.
And if I pay for the whole thing, cool. If you want to split it, cool. If you want to pay for the whole, cool. Like, I'm down for whatever, but most likely I'm going to try to pay and then whatever. And then I'm equal with everybody. I'm not better than anybody else because I'm a tattooed freak. So how am I better than anybody? And that's where I feel in life. We're all equal no matter where we are, what we're doing. If you're a ditch digger, if you're a surgeon, I don't feel like anybody's better than anybody technically. If you make more money or you figured out a way to make more money or you have this situation, cool. But we're all equals no matter where we are and who you are and where you are in life and what you decide you want to be or how you want to present yourself. Cool. Good on you. Like, the more weirder that we all are, the better I feel, because who wants everybody to be the exact same? Like, that's boring as fuck. Like, who wants to go play a video game where all the NPCs look exactly the same? Nobody. That's exactly why people play GTA and Red Dead Redemption and a handful of other open worlds. Because every time you come across an NPC, they act completely different than the one you just reacted to. And that's what life should be, is a bunch of crazy, weird, insane experiences. Not always like so insane that it's a negative, but like, it's cool to go to the bar and go talk to somebody and they're like, yeah, I blah, 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 back in the day, you know, and you're like, whoa, Jeebus Christ. I thought I had some fucking stories. I mean, well, geez, you know? So anyways, let's keep blowing into this. And yes, trigger warning. There's a bunch of weird, crazy things that are going to happen. People are going to talk about these things that are on the screen and also like talking about not understanding the difference between young people and older people and relationships between that. I don't know if exactly this is the one that goes over the weird not understanding of some of that, or their projection of wanting to take advantage of people. But let's blow on. Sorry, YouTube, if the racist slurs or something but once again, we are not in agreement of whatever we're going to be going over here, and nobody here on the panel is going to say anything that is going to violate TOS,
including references to sexual violence and racist slurs. We're on our way to meet 5 incels who we've been chatting to online for.
Okay, I'm going to do this because I believe we're going to need to boost the volumes a little bit. So let's do this. There we go.
Now. They usually chat to each other in forums
Actually,
and servers, but today they're meeting up.
Okay.
And they're letting us join. One of them, who we'll call Tom, is well known in the community.
And of course, these punk-ass little bitches think they're so fucking awesome that they're going to wear this fucking mask. Dude, you are not as important as fucking Guy Fawkes, you twat whistles.
Jesus.
You have nothing to like. What that you're doing makes you actually feel like Guy Fawkes, you loser. He was a suave gentleman, had sex with lots of women, and that whatever happened with that one chick in the things before they blew up the whole thing, and didn't he have a wife or I don't know, but there's like
I have no clue about Guy Fawkes.
You are not anywhere close to being Guy Fawkes, you douche nozzle.
For building a server, which is kind of like
don't wear these masks, you goddamn
incels. To meet us
incels.
first at a hotel.
There is most likely not a single female on the planet that would be willing to date me.
How do you?
Okay. After this millisecond, we're gonna let it play a little bit more. No, homie, what it is if a fat chick, I'm saying this in context, and I hope y'all, and if I am in the wrong, please let me know later. Let me put it this way. If a larger lady, a BBW, showed you interest and said, hey, homie, you want to go fuck? These people are going to be anti that. He's going to go, nobody wants me. No, there are people that want you. You just want the top 10. You want a 10. You will never look at somebody whose body is not perfect and accept that. That's your fault, homie. If you go to a fucking nightclub tonight and you wait till 3 a.m., you're gonna get laid. That's pretty much how this fucking world works. Since COVID, is it the same? I don't know. But that's your problem, that you will not accept somebody who's not a perfect 10. Because you can go out there and get a normal person, right? Yep. Or somebody who's too skinny, or somebody who has one leg, or doesn't matter, bro. You are assuming immediately that nobody in the world will fucking take you on or will give you a relationship. When have you gone out there and figured that out? How many times do you go out there to the club? How many times do you go to a place where, let's say he's into D&D. How many times do you go to a place in public and go play D&D in front of a bunch of people? Maybe you're gay and you don't even realize it. Or maybe you're bisexual and you don't 100% realize that too. You're immediately saying, no woman is going to take me. But maybe you go to a fucking D&D tournament and this fucking dude fucking turns you on, and all of a sudden you realize that you want to be with men. How do you know without you going and experiencing life yet? And your punk ass is so scared that you have to be behind a mask. What do you think is going to happen right now if you didn't have that mask on?
That he'll be made fun of.
Or are they worried about revealing what they look like? Or are they worried about like the repercussions? Like, they realize how screwed up what they're saying is, and they don't want to be a social pariah in the real world. Like,
well, see, that's the thing that makes me think that they know what's actually happening. If they thought they were completely correct in all their ideologies and all of the thought processes they have and all the things that they read and that they're spouting out as truth, why would you not show your fucking face? Because, homie, you know what? You're going to get laid way quicker if you showed your face on this thing. Except for... Well, except for listen to exactly what he says, and you'll know exactly why he's wearing the mask. I just had to preface it that. But now listen to what he's going to motherfucking say. Yeah.
You define what an incel is.
And we're going to try to keep breaking this up.
An incel is someone who is unable to get into a romantic relationship.
He's nervous to be on camera and has brought a mask with him to protect his identity.
Being an incel has become quite sensationalist. I am worried that openly identifying as such in public might affect job prospects.
What do you think when you see a woman on the street?
I don't feel like I live in the same society as her. I think that every woman who encounters me on the street is inherently disgusted by me. I'm physically unattractive. I'm visibly autistic. And I have no experience speaking to females.
Tom casually browsed forums a few.
Okay, so I'm gonna. Well, we need to break this up as well, so I don't feel as bad breaking this up. But so let's say that you are part of a community. Let's say you are on the spectrum. Let's say that you are into. I'm gonna keep using Dungeons and Dragons just because you can go and find forums that have people that are only into that. You can go and play that in public. You can find dating sites and dating meetups for whatever you are into. And yes, exactly. I didn't know how to, but visibly autistic. Yes, there are people who are non-verbal, like Mango's little one, and there are other people. But most of the time, it's not visually, unless
with some people you can see.
No, I know.
Certain things, but
yeah,
I think
because the way they act.
Yeah, more the way they act than the way they look.
But again, most of the people that have those traits are not actually aware of them. Yes, some of us on the spectrum do kind of understand, because when you step away from certain things, you're like, oh my Jeebus Christ, I totally weirded out on that bullshit, or wow, I should, but he seems well aware of his thing. Or a lot of the time, what I'm coming to find out when we go over some of these things is they've never been diagnosed with any of this. They are just saying, I am this mental disorder, mental thing, without
I do think also, quite often, I've here and there, I've heard people actually use it as an insult.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah.
And I kind of get the feeling that is what he's talking about.
But once again, folks, ladies and gentlemen, there are multiple ways to go and be in certain situations where you should feel comfortable around people that are like-minded. If you have something that you are interested in and or that is going on in your life, there are ways to go and find out that there are people like that. There are hiking clubs. There are bowling clubs. There are every types of clubs around. Look those things up.
But Slim, bowling clubs, you only meet really old Scotch women who are 82 years old.
Right.
Hey, how you think I met Pip? Anyway. But no, once there. So anyways, and homie, I don't think there's anything really physically or mentally wrong with you other than you're making these things for yourself. And a lot of these incels, they give themselves barriers and hurdles that make them feel like they can't get past it just because of weird things. Like Elliot Rogers, God damn it, I said his fucking name. He was a pretty boy. He had $1 gazillion, but every time he talked to women, he put them down and made them feel like they were shit because he supposedly was the powerful one. No wonder why women are going to run from you. You need to you have to give empathy. There has to be empathy, and that's
I was gonna say this guy almost seems like he's very low self-esteem, very insecure.
Yeah,
who's gonna want me? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but of course that.
Yeah, but am I an incel? No, being an incel is a choice.
It just means involuntary celibate, and some people are temporary incels. Then they find somebody, and they're no longer. You know what I mean? I think there's varying degrees of being an incel.
Yeah, no, and that's mainly what it is they're depressed, they have low self-esteem, and yes, of course they need that therapy. And brainless, we know that you stick cells inside of you, but we only talk about that in Discord.
No, we're not talking about battery cells this time.
Not insertion cells. Not insertion cells that you put up your butt. Anyways.
Fuck, why do you have to bring that up? Now I feel like never mind.
You said it. You said you like cell, and like that's what that meant. Wait, keep going on.
Years ago in high school. Now he feels so connected to the incel philosophy that he built his own chat.
Well, see, this is the other thing. Then they delve further and further into the rabbit holes. They get themselves into the societies, the communities, and then they find a place. So when you find just like with like Flat Earth and sovereign citizens and frauditors or auditors, whatever, they find a community, and then people keep reinforcing their ideals with them through an echo chamber. You feel like the world is actually that until the police pull you over and you have no registration, no insurance, and fucking fake license plates, and all of those things are illegal. And then you don't have a driver's license, or you haven't renewed it, and then you think that the law's on your side, or the reason why you feel like everything's being reinforced through the echo chamber. That's why you feel like you're right until you get pulled over, and then the cops break your window, pull you out, tase you, stick a light stick up your bum to make sure there's no drugs, and then take you and put you in a holding cell, and you get.
Well, the positive thing about that is it gives us a fun video to watch.
No! Please keep doing that, you dumbasses. No, I'm just kidding.
Entertainment.
But that's about right. What he's about ready to go over is how he has shoved himself inside of a bubble, which is an echo chamber. And the smaller the echo chamber and the smaller bubble that you live in, the more reinforcement you get, because there's nobody who's going to rebut what you're saying because they're on your side. It's everybody jerking each other off, or everybody fingering each other, or everybody giving each other the shocker. Right? You're just pleasuring each other with the same information that you're pumping inside of each other, saying that anybody outside of this is wrong until society rebuts you, and then you're fucking screwed, bro. So let's listen to how he got stuck inside of Discord, and Discord supposedly is Satan. But anyways, here's the Discord thingy-mabobber, and then some of the other things.
I've met Satan on Discord a few times. They're super cool.
I've met Lord Lucifer.
Me too, and she was fucking awesome when we had sex with her. Anyways, we'll talk about that later.
And Lord Lucifer, don't forget Lord Lucifer.
I mean, I definitely Lucifered her. Anyways, she got loose after me. Anyways,
incels can say some edgy statements.
Can you give examples?
An edgy statement would be something like, "I hate all women. All women. Every woman is evil."
Yeah, because you've met every woman in the world, and like you don't know that there's like really, really desperate women out there. Like literally, you can go to certain places and like you can get laid by these, and there are places that you can go like actually pay people like no amount of money to get laid. Like literally, there's weird fucking tracks and weird places to get somebody to have sex with.
Can I hijack you for a bit? Like if there's any desperate women out there. Find Slim's Discord. You can find me there.
All right, brainless.
Exactly.
Hey, fuck you. I'm desperate.
Me too. I haven't been laid in like a year and a half. Anyways, but that doesn't matter. But But see, like, I'm not going to be like these incels. I know that if I wanted to just have a hookup, I could go up to the bar and I could just go talk to people at 3 a.m., buy a couple drinks for somebody, not force them and not without consent, but literally get somebody to come home with me. I just don't want that right now. And I'm fucking 40.
And that's fine. Yeah.
I have had sex with over 100 different people in my life. I'm cool for like 2 more months of not having sex. Like, I mean, all I have to do is just sit back and go, oh yeah, I remember that threesome. Oh yeah, I remember that. Like, I mean, like, I'm good for a minute. I've had sex with more times and with more people in more weird situations than most of the world, you know what I'm saying? And it was all legal, and sometimes I got paid for it, and like sometimes I got video recorded, and like it's actually like on porn websites and shit. Hell yeah, dude. Like, so again, I can sit here for a second and just be like, I don't give a fuck about not having sex for another month or 2. I would love to be deep inside of wet vagina, but
there you go. There's my pussy, just so you guys can see. There we go.
There you go.
Here, now's a good time to show you my pussy.
Mom, for us desperate boys.
Okay, so I'm for a second, I'm going to grab another beer. But Mama, will you please read this from our aunt?
Hang on. Okay. Let's see. Aunt Jer says it's like they were going through a normal stage of social development where you feel inadequate, and they find others that reaffirm that rather than help them through it, and them get stuck, and they get stuck there. Exactly. Instead of helping them get through that developmental stage of their life, they were shunned or they were teased or mocked, you know, instead of being helped through it. Because a lot of us have gone through that, you know.
Some of us are going through that,
and some are still going through it. I think it's all in how you cope with it.
Well, I think it also, from experience, I can also tell you that it also depends on the people you hang out with.
Yes.
If you got good friends around you, like, you can get past that. Yeah.
Right.
So, yeah.
I just freaked my cat out for a second. It's all right.
Yeah.
I moved the laptop back and scared her.
Good.
Okay, so anyways,
that's
scared of pussy. Scared of pussy.
All right. So anyways, if anybody wants to meet me in Denver and hook up, just hit me up in Discord. Never mind. So let's keep flowing on with it. See, homie, this is all you need to do. You need to get a YouTube channel, get a community together, promote yourself as having a sex dungeon, and then
knock the fuck out of your body.
Look at well, see, I was gonna, sure, but not just that. Look at how ugly I am, and look at this community, lovely community that we built.
You're not ugly.
You're not.
Shh, don't let's pretend I am. Anyways, no, but look at this community that we built and that we have, and then that's all you need to do, homie. Just like find a way to build a community with people, and every once in a blue moon, you can have the females that will come on, and they will like be amazing and show you interest, and eventually, like, I've dated 2 women that we found in the community here, and I've actually gotten pussy from them as well. So all you need to do is just build something.
Put yourself out there, but
be positive, and don't say that you're never going to get laid because nobody in the world wants you. You know how many people are there in the world? Somebody in the side chat, tell me how many people are in the world right now. And if you can't find pussy or dick or butt or
it's mouthful, like in the field of dreams. If you build it, he will come. Right?
You can't find dick or butt. Like, yep.
I mean, if you can't find a hole, a warm hole in a consenting adult,
to fill, okay?
Yeah. If you can't find a warm hole in a consenting adult, even if you have to pay them a little bit of money, then there's something wrong. And it's really easy. Yeah, there's like 8 billion people in the world.
8 billion.
So, I mean...
Come in.
Still working on my house.
So anyways, let's keep blowing on with this. Yeah, and in the USA, there's 300 million people.
Yeah.
So,
20 something million people. Mm-hmm.
If you can't find somebody... And that's the other thing that I want to say right quick. Everybody has kinks, and if you feel like you can't find somebody that has your kink, you're wrong. Go on like FetLife or go on find some fetish weird thing website and or dating app, and you're gonna find somebody who's into whatever you're into, just as long as it's legal. And please do not break the laws.
Right.
Hardcore to do stuff.
From other people.
Yes. Okay. So here we blow.
A small minority of users, when they're lashing out in anger, might make jokes about sexual violence. I wouldn't paint this over as something too serious. A lot of this is just people just having like fun social interaction, fun banter.
In the 20 minutes we spent looking at the chat, we saw Nazi symbols, racial slurs, and unsurprisingly, hate towards women.
This is an example of an incel and a female beefing with each other. Mm-hmm. The female said, "Y'all are boring," and this incel responded in anger.
You want to read the message?
No.
Fuck you, dumb, horny slut. Go shove a lawnmower in your pussy and effing leave.
And fucking leave, yeah.
Sure. So
this is a trendy show, right?
Some dude who was called boring, instead of him saying, "Oh, what?" Instead of them saying, "Oh, you think I'm boring? Oh, well, let me show you how to juggle with a lawnmower," or "Let me show you, you could have came up with something, you dumb cunt." Instead of that, you fucking lashed out and then started berating her. She was giving you a way out. Like, she could have just never talked to you again. But she said you're boring. Oh, you want to know boring? When was the last time that you had 3 dildo? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a handful of ways to go that could have been weirdly sexual. And or when was the last time that you had somebody take you out to have lasagna? Is that boring? Or taking you on a yacht or something. You could have said 1.5 million other things other than that. And then this is what you chose to say. Like, that's why you all are losers, is because of shit like this, bro. And then he's in an echo chamber saying this, and then everybody is going to be like, "Yeah, you told her off." But no, brother. I mean, what the fuck?
And like, just to be clear, like, if a dude like me can get a 10, as I had with my last girlfriend, like, fucking everybody can score a 10 if they're nice enough.
Well, that's the whole thing is these idiots think that women deserve to give them everything. When how to get in a relationship is you gotta like bow down. Well, I'm not gonna say it that way. That's not rude. That's not the right way. But you have to show them common ground, equal, and or go over the means of showing them that they're the fucking queen. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I did with all my girls. I mean, I treated all
hard work.
Yeah. And when you have a female that wants to fuck 3 times a day, 7 days a week, that becomes a hard on your systems after a while. Yeah, compromise.
Exact correct word.
Well, exactly. But not just that, but in the beginning, show them that you believe that they're worth everything. If that's how you feel, if you are attracted to that person, you want to be with that person, just give them everything, or, you know what I'm saying? if we go on a date and they want to eat 32 oysters, and I think that they're I want to be with them. Well, here's the $200. I wish she wouldn't have done that, but I'm not going to be like, oh my God,
as long as I get to eat their oyster afterwards.
As long as I get to take a roll out of their arsehole later, then we're all golden, and I'm never mind. Jesus Christ. I love how I get into those weird phrases. Anyways, and it's so amazing how long this has been up on my motherfucking screen, too. Okay, let's keep flowing on. God, I need
this
food.
server has been taken down around 10 times, but those takedowns have not really had a dent on.
Okay, everybody in the audience. Everybody in the audience, put how old you think this incel is. You can do a from this to this age, or you can do a specific age. Nobody on the panel give your answer yet. Everybody in the side chat, how old do you think this kid with the fucking Guy Fawkes mask on is? I'm gonna keep playing this in a second, and I'm gonna let everybody inside of my chat.
Also, like when I look at this, like he says, like, "Oh yeah, I'm so ugly. All the girls think I'm ugly." Okay, then there's something that could help you quite a bit from what I can see here. Get a razor. I don't mean. Fuck's sake,
no. I know, no.
Like, you can see he's got a. You can already see that he's got a beard that he's not taking care of, or have a beard and trim it and keep it proper.
If we look here, but then his haircut is untrimmed. He has not gotten a haircut for a hot second.
Yes, but is that his actual hair? Or is it a wig? We don't know.
I don't know. But we do know this is that's his real hair right here. So he has a.
If they would have given him a wig,
or
it would have looked better.
I believe this is probably what he actually looks like with the mask on. But again, we don't 100% know.
We don't 100% know exactly.
I think that he's around. I think he is not over 21.
He's in his early 20s at that.
So
he's young. You can tell he's young.
The reason why I kind of want to say that is because he almost sounds like somebody who's never been to a bar or a club, right? He doesn't know that you can like literally just like go out at 3 a.m. or last till 3. It doesn't sound like he has the experience of going anywhere and partying. Although the newest generation, Gen Z, does not do that as much, but the way that he sounds and the way that his haircut looks and then the way that his not beard is growing in the bottom, I feel like he's young. I feel like he's 18, 19. I feel something like that is what I'm going to guess.
So I looked up the generation thing.
Yeah.
And my daughter's the very end. She's toward the end of Gen Z.
I was 1981. So what am I?
So you are your generation. You're Gen X.
Okay.
Millennials are like 83, I think. Started 83.
Okay, my ex
and go to like 96.
Okay.
So my daughter was. I'm sorry, it's the beginning of Gen Z. Now we're in Gen Alpha. We're in the generation that all these kids know is social media.
Yeah, that's why it's
these are all the and they're the kids that are pretty much born after 9/11. They don't really know what it was like before then.
Just
what's this 9/11 you talk about? No, I'm just kidding. No, never mind. No,
you know what I mean? Yeah.
Anyways,
but like the whole generation thing, like I really don't really get it. Like, oh, if you're 1 year apart, oh, you're a different generation. Like,
I don't.
It's a gray area. So technically, I am a millennial Xer, because I'm 81.
Right.
So
You're the later
I'm
Gen X. Yeah.
I'm technically the ebb and flow. So my ex used to be like, "You're a millennial," blah blah, and I'm like, "Fuck you, bitch. I'm an Xer. I'm not."
It's like me. I was born the year after Boomer ended, so I almost consider myself a Boomer because both my parents were from small towns.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I was raised with that generation mentality. Does that make sense?
But with the way that you speak about things, I believe you're closer to the newer generations. That just because of how open-minded you are and your ideals and the way that you've experienced life in this world.
Best of both, I guess, is how you put it.
Yeah, and totes, and that's why, like, I guess I'm a Xer millennial because I understand technology way better than most Xers. Because I was brought up with technology.
Yeah,
I was taught how.
Slim, I think with like the age range that we've grown up in, like because like we're like one year apart, like it so much like the level of being able to deal with technology so greatly depends on where you grew up and how. Like, if I look at my colleagues that are even younger than me, like they don't get shit about technology. I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah, luckily
like,
for me,
they're small town folk. Like, yeah.
Luckily for me, my stepdad taught me how to build PCs at 14 years old. He was contracted by the Navy to build unmanned sea vehicles to lift up aircraft. Anything that sunk that was American that sunk into the oceans to bring it back up with these. So we had intranet first, then we had internet.
Right.
So we actually had the military version first, and then we had that, and then from just like weird like script line communications, AOL had the rooms, right? So you had the different themed rooms. So I'm it was like 14 and under rooms, or butt play, or weird, you know what I'm saying? They had the different names of the different rooms that you could like go and click on, and they didn't have much verification back then. And of course, when you went into back in the day, when you went into a chat room, that's what it's called. You went into a chat room that was for like 14 and under. You had the age, sex, location, right? ASL, yep. And you do that, and then every once in a while, some like person would put in, "I'm a 14-year-old boy, blah blah blah. Would you send me nudes, or do you want to come meet me down the street?" And I'm like, "No, I'm good. I'm cool. I'm cool, homie." Like, I don't even know what. Like, that's when it started getting weird. Was the AOL chat rooms before there was moderation, or they really understood. Then the Darkema webs happened and stuff, but I really didn't know about that. Although my best friend, he was a hacker, and like, he started showing us like all kinds of fucked up shit. I think he was getting into the dark web stuff, and or web pages were not dark webbed at like from 1995 to like 1998. It was just open web. And then after that, I believe, is when they're like, oh, we got to hide websites, and now we can't like have it just be open links. You know what I'm saying? We've got to add in these weird other things to make it so it's harder for you to find it. And then when did torrent come out?
That's pretty recent.
2001, 2002.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So then torrent became a thing, and that's when the dark web became a real thing. Yeah. Because then you had to have a torrent link you had to go into, and then you had to, and that's when onion stuff, whatever that's called, the onion peeling, whatever, began becoming a thing. Because back in the day, once again, you could have a website that had home / blah blah blah, but then you could have like home / death films or like snuff films / and blah blah blah, right? And then that's what I thought exactly. It was 2001. Thank you. I thought that's when it came out.
Yeah, because
once again,
I used to rip movies off a torrent all the time.
yeah, and so that's when I didn't know it was a dark web thing at the time. I just knew that I could rip.
It's not a dark. It's a file sharing system.
Yeah, no, it makes sense now. And now that I've delved way more into the dark web and been looking up all this weird fucked up shit with it. God. Not on the dark web per se, but content creators that are like showing you things about it. I'm like, oh my God, torrent was done for that.
And there's a level in between because you also have the deep web.
No, of course. Yeah, well, no, of course, definitely.
And there's that dark corner that we call the dark web.
Yes.
Yeah, so there's the underground web where you can just like buy weird things and see weird things, and then there's the deep dark where it's illegal fucking shit.
Oh yeah.
And then Napster was 1999, and that was the beginning of
I remember
torrent.
that.
Woohoo! Napster
that technically was the beginning of torrent because it was a way to download and then share certain things, and then somebody
you can thank the Dutch for that shit, eh?
Yeah, and then that's when the whole
we would never known of Napster until Metallica had issues with people sharing music on there. Otherwise,
it was
I had never heard of Napster before then.
But
Pearl
like
Jam and
like ripping videos, music, and shit like that. Like that's the culture I grew up in. Like that was like it was basically the whole fucking country that did it.
We did.
I think if you look at my age, in my age range, and like they're a little tech savvy, like there's not one that has not done that.
Well, see, it was the cool thing in high school and in college. If you didn't know how to fucking rip music or rip videos or DVDs or whatever, you were a dunce.
Or you were the ones buying the CDs.
Well, sure. And that was the other thing is like we were ripping CDs and DVDs and I think Blu-ray was in the next couple years after that or something like that. That we were selling people those things or there was codes as well that on a torrent or something that you could also sell. So you could sell the torrent link with a code, and then they could rip it and download it from a certain
or if sometimes
torrent site or something like that.
Sometimes a torrent would download a
downloader
archive file, which had a password on it, and
and then you could
Napster basically only did music, but there were other peer-to-peers that also did videos and shit.
Yeah, peer-to-peer. Well, that's what torrent is the peer-to-peer per se.
Yeah, that was basically
it's off of a server
torrent
that's live.
Is the evolution of that.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So that's what happened later. But anyways, besides us nerding out on this, I'm sure most of the side chats you and fucking nerds, and they're fucking out of here. Mama's kind of like, I don't even know what you idiots are talking about anymore.
I kind of know what you're talking about. I was around.
Yeah, no, I know.
So I don't know the specifics of it, but yes.
But yeah, that the thing is I was taught all this stuff at a young age, and then the tech guy for our company, he built the telecommunications for the San Diego Police Department. So, and we were anyway, we did a lot of drugs together. Let's put it that way. I'm not going to say a little more. But anyways.
Okay, Slim.
Anyways, he would take us around at like 3. Well, it was usually him and I. We'd be driving around at 3 o'clock in the morning, and he's like, "You want to hear some fucked up shit?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And he's like, "Come here." And he would just pull off to the side of the road, and he would just clip into different things. And we would hear phone sex live without having a CB radio. He could click into certain places, and we would hear the police radio live, the public channels, because they did have channels that were not public that they switched off. And he showed me all kinds of crazy things with transmissions and the way that I know that like 5G and a handful of other things are like not what the conspiracy theorists say is he showed me how to turn off and on radio signals and how to block them the proper way and to interfere and to do certain things to fuck with people, right? Like he used to go out in front of his ex-wife's house and just interfere with all their stuff with different probes and different electronic equipment.
And then there were the first wireless phones, like they were just basically little radios. Like if you had the same phone as your neighbor and you switched it to the same channel, you could just hear what they were saying.
Yeah. And then also like with radio wave signals, if you had the right crystal to get the right signal from the right place, you could hear certain different versions of different things. I mean, my stepdad, he built CB radios I don't remember what the radio versions that had the little crystals in there that you could put on a wire and run it up and down a thing and like pick up stuff. It was called some kind of radio.
Transistor?
Yeah, there we go. Transistor radio. Well, I'm in the.
I had one growing up.
Yeah, so it was one of those, but we were taught. My stepdad taught us how to actually build one.
Oh, okay.
Using it's the crystal radio. But it's a transistor radio, and there were kits that you could buy to where you could put the speaker here, solder in these wires. Yeah, there we go. It's technically a ham radio.
And then make your own radio. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, but there were these kits that we could do that. And the larger or the more pure the crystal that you had, the more stations you could get or something like that. So you could actually upgrade the crystal in the radio and get it to pick up more stations. Hey, Borg Emporia.
Hey, Borg.
You're not getting her. You're not getting her.
Borg is my cheerleader. So
yay, awesome!
Wherever I go, he cheerleads for me. Mm-hmm. Or they cheerlead for me.
Aren't they from the opposition?
From what?
Well, no. I am part of the head of the Borg, so they are a part of us. They're very collective, and the way that I want to prove this right now is that they're part of the collective Borg. What number am I thinking of, Borg? And I'll divulge that as soon as they tell us. Anyways, I'm going to keep this playing for just a second. I have to use the loo for a second, and then I will be right back. And we're already 1 hour and 49 minutes into this, and we're only playing a 11-minute video, and you people have already.
Hey, we're doing good.
Exactly.
Right on time.
And yes, of course, that is always the right number is 42. That's always the number.
My cat's knocking stuff down. She's climbing on stuff.
Okay. So here we go. I probably need to do this before I stand up, so I will be right back.
Turn the camera off. There you go.
Camera up. Yes.
It's popularity.
It's hard to know how many incels exist, especially when they connect in private servers like this one. On the most popular forum, there are millions of visits each year. By some estimates, at the very least, there are thousands of dedicated members worldwide.
I do blame women to a significant extent for why we have so many men single, depressed, lonely. There may be definitely elements of misogyny in the community. It's only reactive to being unable to get with females. It would probably dissipate if a female showed interest in them.
What are you browsing, Jay?
We later catch up with the rest of the group in the park.
Hello, female.
They're in their late teens and early 20s. Most of them haven't given us their real names. After a month of speaking online, they've agreed to meet with us in person to explain a bit more about who they are. They agree to chat over lunch on the condition that their faces are blurred.
Is anyone here dating? No.
Definitely. I wouldn't be here.
No.
If you're dating, then you're not an incel. So.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. No.
It's that hard line?
If
If you
women
can date, chances are you can have sex.
Yeah.
So it doesn't make you an incel.
Like if you're talking about going on dates, I think you can go on dates and be incel.
I'm more hardline in my definition.
Some allude to a common incel belief. They call it the black pill. It's the idea that women will only ever go for physically attractive men, that they've lost the genetic lottery, and their situation.
Oh, fuck!
So,
you fucking dumbass have seen me.
So, God. So he does take the line that if it weren't for women not wanting men, he's like, I do agree misogyny. You heard that, right, Slim? That he agrees that misogyny is present. But
I've already.
Okay. If women would date us, then we wouldn't be so misogynistic. That's such a bullshit line to spew. Do you know what I'm saying?
Have you ever seen what a fucking? Have you? Hold on. Give me. Go ahead, bring this. No. Bring this.
No.
Go ahead.
Shame on their fucking parents for
yes.
fucking not raising them right.
Do you know what a motherfucking NASA fucking scientist looks like? Do you know what somebody who fucking is a computer nerd looks like? All of them have wives and 12 kids or multiple kids. Every fucking NASA scientist, every fucking geologist, every nerd around the world is hooked up, and that's not the problem. It's your problem because you only want the 10 and not somebody who
like Reader said, he even really basically said that if women would screw us, we wouldn't be that way.
But that's,
you can't force women to not like you to like you
and that way. But you only want the 10. If you would just go out and go have tea and go hang out and find somebody who was like your level. Hey Jasper, then you,
a woman, I'd rather find somebody I'm attracted to that's funny. You don't have to be good looking. That's just a perk if you are. If you're funny, you're witty, you're willing to talk, you know,
caring.
Certain criteria, right?
If you if you change a woman's tire, if you know how to work on their car, if you know how to make them food, if you know how to actually barbecue, if you know how to actually like cook a steak, if you know how to be substantive in a life, you're gonna fucking find somebody, bro. I mean, literally, like there's remember, there's a million and a half people out there. There's gonna be somebody who wants your punk ass no matter what you look like. Whether you want to be with that person or not, that's not about your discretion, motherfucker.
It's not about nothing. Not everything's about sex, right?
No.
And like
other things.
A good personality,
hey, Jasper.
No matter what,
hey, Reader,
what you look like, can score a 10.
Yeah, hey, Reader. And once again, because a undesirable to your fucking whatever woman hits on you and you're like, bitch, get away, nobody wants me. No, you just had somebody who wanted you. You are the one who decides that you are not seeing those things. And literally, if you are under 18, go to the mall, you'll find somebody. If you're over 18, go mini golfing or to go-kart racing or something, or playing pool or bowling or something. Once you're over 21, go to the bar, go to a club, go to fucking an event that's fucking. There are ways to go and do these things. Just because your punk ass doesn't want to realize.
But the problem, I think, a big problem also is once they've gotten into the incel community and like became a proper incel, of course, then you're undesirable for women because
hold on, give me a second. Why is the University of New Mexico calling me?
No, I don't.
Literally
one of those scam calls.
It must be because literally it said the University of New Mexico. Why the fuck? Anyways, let's keep blowing on.
Yeah, there's ways to find people. Just don't set your expectations so goddamn high, and you'll find somebody.
Exactly. And why do you think you being a loser, never accomplishing anything, never winning an award, and not being a gazillionaire, even if your family is or not, or whatever? Why do you think that you deserve the cream of the crops, homie?
Right.
You are a loser. I don't even expect the cream of the crop. I'm down for fucking whatever because I want to have.
Have you seen that?
Fully. Anyways, yes. Never mind. But
that joke.
The world works, and look at me. Like I'm not anything spunktacular just because I learned how to swallow swords, or we're doing this, or I'm semi.
But like you do have a awesome character. You got a cool personality.
Yeah, that's all I have. Anyways, so just keep.
No, that's not all you got. No.
Come on, man, don't do that.
I'm just kidding. Y'all know I'm fucking kidding. Anyways, let's keep blowing.
We know you're self-loathing. We get it. Okay.
Yeah.
Is hopeless.
Do your parents know that you're an incel?
No. My dad's like asked me when am I going to get a girlfriend or whatever. I feel like my mum knows I'm a loser.
Are you all at uni at the moment?
No, I'm working.
No, I'm at uni.
I'm studying, kind of. Yeah.
It's mostly just STEM subjects.
Yeah, no incel's doing like social work or something.
And why do you think it's those kind of jobs?
You don't have to talk to people. You can just focus on ideas and stuff.
You know, I said I haven't spoken to an IRL void in 3 years. And that's partially because I do a STEM degree. Like, I've never been paired with.
Boy, I didn't know that.
If I did, I'd probably just walk out.
I wanted to know what direction the incel movement was headed in, so I sat down with the researcher.
Okay, I'm going to play this a little bit faster.
Who spent 18 months looking at the largest incel forum on the internet.
We gathered over 1 million posts from just over a year of activity on the forum.
He found the number of visits were growing slowly and posts were getting more extreme. We asked him to read some out.
So this one is called Women Peak at 12. Who in their right mind would prefer a 22-year-old roastie to this? And they've got an image of a 12-year-old child. National Socialist Germany was the best
Jesus
country for incels.
Jesus Christ. So if you don't know,
what
part of the incel thingy-mabobber is if you're over 25 that you're used goods.
Yeah.
So, and then a lot of these people are pushing, well, so there's cults, and then there are some hardcore evangelicals. I guess that is the best way to put it, that are still pushing for 14 to be on the table for 30-year-olds to marry and stuff. So that's kind of where part of this is. And once again, trigger warning, what's going to be on the screen next. The R word is going to be up there. We are going to be talking about these idiots feeling like because they're male and don't get attention that they can force themselves on other people. So
try it with me around, bitch.
This may be cut out of the stream later, but we'll go with it because this is part of the reason why we're going over this. Like I said, I didn't think that we needed to, and then I started watching this and I was like, oh my Jeebus Christ, like we do have to go talk about this because this is a terrible thing that's happening in the Americas right now. And once again, homegirl, because there's femcells as well. Find a club of a knitting club. Find a club of something that you like to go do. If you like playing Mario Kart, there are clubs for that. You can even do that around people and then eventually meet people that are into that without actually being in physical proximication of them, around them until you feel comfortable. There are a lot of different things you can do online and through different ways, and or in most towns cities and other things, you can find clubs of meeting people that are interested in the same thing as you. So if you'd like to find a bowling club, if you'd like to find a Pokemon Go running around and finding things club, if you're into COD, Call of Duty, there are clubs where y'all can play online, and then you can go and meet each other.
COD is the incel community.
I know, but we'll see. What I'm trying to get at
by the way,
is
Harry wasn't right the hand proven wrong with that by a female wrestler.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, he got
video
his
is still online, I'm sure.
Yeah, he said that, but he got his arse kicked hella fucking fast.
And that's when she's like, okay, let's go.
Yeah,
He got his ass beat.
Anyways, so what I was getting at, and I was trying to like bait those people, is you can be in public and meet those people as well, and that's the other thing.
Yeah,
you can play these video games, you can do things online, and then also you can go meet people in public, and you can do things in public with people so that you get more interaction with people. Because really what most of y'all fuckers need is to go touch grass. You need to go outside and you need to go and feel the grass, touch the grass, smell the grass, and finger
maybe
out
smoke the grass if you need to.
Hopefully
touch the grass and put something up your ass.
I mean, but you need to go and experience real life and not get yourself stuck inside of your echo chamber bubble that you're stuck in. The reason why I have been offline a lot more than I had in the last year or whatever is because I have been trying to go into public, and I've been trying to talk to everybody. I've been trying to go into more places, and I'm trying to get a better understanding of the way that culture and society is around me. And I'm hopefully trying to go on tour a little bit more and go to more places that I've never been, and or to go see the places that I have been to and just go talk to more people. That's what I love to do. I just go out and I fucking hang out at a bar, or I go find a place in public and I hang out and I just talk to people, and I'm like, so tell me I mainly talk about like what I do, and then they tell me weird stories from there. And then, I just got to find out more of like what people kind of think. So anyways, let's keep blowing on with this. And I'm sorry, YouTube, we do not advocate. We don't do-do. We don't advocate.
We don't do-do. Mm-hmm.
Everybody do.
We don't advocate. Yeah, we don't advocate what is happening next on the screen.
Just commenting, critiquing, talking about.
Yes, and it's fair use, and we're here to debunk and
thank you, Harry,
to dismiss what is happening over here. Okay, yeah, okay, everybody go check that out later.
Women are designed.
Yes, everybody poops.
Males have a sufficient strength. This is probably our main method of procreating. It's all designed to make women seem like they're subhuman.
In the most popular forum, about half of its members are Americans and Brits, but there are also Australians in there too. The group we've spoken to have never...
Okay, this is like a couple months ago, so that's what they are saying so far.
...expressed any of these thoughts to us. Callum says that people who end up in these spaces tend to be unemployed, have mental health vulnerabilities, and are insecure about their looks.
Many users claim to be neurodivergent. Unfortunately, the answers they're getting are that women are to blame for all this, and it just sort of breeds this toxic, violent rage towards women that's really dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but not all incels hate women and subscribe to the extreme end of things. Some go to great lengths.
I know. I'm sorry.
I am making some gain.
And like I can't see his face, but he doesn't look fucking horrible. I don't know what
horrible.
He doesn't have a huge scarvis thing. He doesn't have a fucking missing eye. His face.
For him, he does. So we can't just that.
Once again, that's the major problem that we're having right now is these fuckers want the 10s. They want the beauty queens of their high school, just like Elliot Rodger. If he couldn't get the beauty queen, I don't remember her name.
Snot.
I don't remember her name, even though she's not dead from him because he just went into randomly. Anyways. It was because he couldn't get her that all that happened. And not that he couldn't get laid, not that he couldn't fucking find somebody. No, he couldn't get that one woman he was lusting over. And the same thing when we look over all of these different documentaries about incels, they're like, I couldn't get this 1 or 2, 3 people.
Yeah, like
nobody wanted me.
Especially with Idiot Rogers.
Yeah.
Like, he was a pretty good looking dude.
Dude, I would have fucked the shit out of him if he wasn't a douche nozzle. I would have gave him my mangina. You know what I'm saying?
If he was just decent, he wouldn't even need to be perfect because he was good looking and he had money. If he was decent,
and you know what? If he would have went to the right places at the right time, because what he seemed to keep doing is he seemed to keep going to like parks in the middle of like afternoon and then fucking with people that were either by themselves or in a couple. That's not how you meet people. Go to a coffee shop and hang out. Go to a bar or a club. Go to a social meeting place.
Grocery store.
From like just what I've seen of Idiot, I do think like there were also other mental issues.
He was once again, like we've said, there are a lot of different mental things going on with a lot of these people that made them things like, what did I say earlier? They're normally sociopathical narcissists, right? Or narcissistic sociopaths or whatever the fuck, right?
Right.
They have main person syndrome. They feel like if the world isn't giving them everything they want, then everybody needs to suffer. The only problem is when they say that everybody needs to suffer, they do it to a very small amount of people in the zeitgeist of everything, and they think that they've changed the world. Literally, none of these incels have ever changed anything in the world other than a channel with no amount of followers and very few times people are going over this shit. You've not changed the world or the zeitgeist at all, really and honestly. You're just giving me views and letting me make a little bit of money, and that's it. Like, that's all that you were worth at the end of the day. Literally.
I do think, like, as the dude also said, like, I think it's also a risk for neurodivergent people to fall into that community.
Of course. Yeah. Yeah. No,
because like they often don't have the skill to talk to people, let alone women.
Yes. The only problem with these edgelords or these extremists is, instead of them going to a place where like somebody with their situation congregate, a bingo hall, this, that at their church. There's so many things.
And still, I do think like a big part is upbringing. Like you can be like, oh yeah, there are not a lot of women that like me, and I'm weird and I'm ugly. But like, if your mom taught you and your dad taught you to be respectful towards women, and like your parents, like for me, like I can still see when I go over to my parents' house, I can still see that my parents are still in love. Like if you grow up in that situation, I think that is so much better. But like if you grow up with a dad that like basically has your mom as a servant, like yeah, of course you're gonna be
well, that's where
more prone to fall into this group.
Yeah, well, that's where the incel beginnings begin. Normally, most of the time, it is not a socialist family that incels become out of, where everybody is equal and everybody's giving into the whole You know, even like cologne, whatever. It doesn't matter. Yeah, that's not where these most of these times when we look at the background of these people and they're in their manifestos, their father was a dictator or was the one who beat the fuck out of everybody, or even him or them, or
was just not present,
or sexually abused, or they felt like they weren't present because of the father's fault. Sometimes anyways.
No, but like with Idiot, like his dad was a big shot producer, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, no, he was. He totally was.
He'd probably been busy a lot.
No, totally. And then mom was taking a bunch of drugs and she was out of it, and he got brought up by, I believe, like mainly like the maids and other people or his cousins and aunts or whatever, and so he felt a disconnection. So when you have a world where you feel disconnection from the people that you're supposed to be cuddled and loved and held next to your bosom, male or female or whatever, then you're going to feel a disconnect. And so that's a major thing, and that's part of the reason why I'm kind of insane, is because of the separation that happened to me when I was at a young age, and then my parents started dating the next door neighbors, and so the dad moved out of their house with my mom, and my dad moved in with their mom, and then my stepsisters that I ended up like, I don't know how to put it. Anyways, they were they were my friends, and then after playing with them, they became my stepsisters, and that became very, very confusing at a young age and not understanding all stuffs and things. Anyways, let's keep blowing on with this.
Yeah, no, but like just one little thing, like you said, like he was mainly raised by his maid, but like that makes like basically the only woman he's had interaction with was his servant.
And I believe that's what happened with Elliot Rogers, is he was being raised by somebody else. And I don't know if they had like a little bit of sexual stuff going on, because that seemed to be a little bit of thing. And then after that, he didn't, but then he only wanted what's her name, and I don't remember her name. And he said if he didn't get her, that he wasn't going to care about anything else. Yeah, no. Women probably wanted to fuck you constantly, homie, but you were just fixated on this one person and you didn't see anybody else, or you did not. You felt that nobody wanted you because you had a path that you wanted to go down. I kind of understand that to some small extent, right? Every once in a blue moon, I'm like, nobody wants me, blah, 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 blah. And then you're like, oh, well, then there's this message that I get from this person, and then blah, blah, blah. And, oh, yeah, well, there are people that do want, you're like, it's your echo chamber. And that's the problem with these incels, is they get stuck inside an echo chamber and they feel like nobody wants them, even though there's probably a half a dozen women that have like tried to hit on this dude before all of this happened. You know what I'm saying? And he's just like, no, but I want Becky. Okay, let's keep blowing on.
For Raymond, he's hoping the gym is the answer. In YouTube videos, he talks about his journey to self-improvement. And so
he is not ugly. If he would like this properly, if you would do your hair a little bit better, I
think it's also his demeanor. Like it's like
if you would present yourself a little bit better. Yes. Do a lot of us have gamer back and shoulders? Fuck yeah, we do. But there's so much more. There's so much more to life than that. If you did your hair better, homie, if you actually, he's shaving himself properly. His eyebrows don't look bad. if you just talk to women normally, how would you not get laid? I'd fuck you. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's probably your demeanor and the way that you present yourself. But let's listen to how he is presenting himself after what we just talked about, or what we just discussed.
So far, he's had 500,000 views.
Hey guys, what's up? Decline here. I am 30 and still alone.
Not to be a dick, you shouldn't have. That was not flattering, and if it was just for the interview, then that makes sense. But that's the other thing, bro. Be eccentric. Be happy. Be like, yeah. Why wouldn't you want to be with me? Do what Andrew Tate does. Not everybody should do that. But you know what I'm saying?
No, no. We're not gonna fucking condone Andrew Tate.
No. But what I'm saying is be energetic like he puts out, right? There are a handful of other content creators where, yeah, look at me, blah, blah, blah.
No, be like Slim.
Yeah. Just get yourself completely modified, and then no, I'm just kidding. But you have to show enthusiasm.
Have a good personality.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Have enthusiasm, show interest, and do things. Like, I really hate moving around as much as I do to some extent, although my ADHD makes me do most of this. But there's a lot of interaction that I'm doing. There's a colorful background that I have. I'm doing a bunch of things. We have all these things. We put in money into the production of this stuff. When you just do this, why does anybody want to give a flying fuck about what's going on?
Yeah.
You need to put in the effort to make the streams better. I don't care if your hair is going to be messy like that. But lift up your shoulders a little bit, or be like, hey, girls, ladies, you should want me. You know why? Because, I mean, even if you don't taint it out, like, present yourself as being better to get attention. And that's part of it. You know, like, you have to put on a character to some extent to put these things on, either if it's an edited video, even if it's a produced whatever, or a live stream, and or just live. You have to throw a little bit more into it than just being like, hey guys, yeah, I don't know what to do. And it's like, yeah, of course, nobody gives a flying fuck about you.
And like, why the fuck are you filming yourself in your car like a fucking flurf?
And that's the other thing. Like, why can you not be doing this somewhere else? And you look like a cuck. And that's the thing is, like, you make it so that you talk from your fucking belly, your stomach. All right, how's it going? And, you know, you talk a little bit with more emphasis, especially if you're doing a short fucking video. You might as well talk a little bit more with the you know, your gut diaphragm, whatever. And other things, bro. You're the reason why that you feel like a cuck is because you're cucking yourself right now. If you were to show up with your girlfriend and you were to talk to me like this, I would definitely tie you up in the corner in a chair while I fucked your girlfriend or wife or
consent.
whoever.
Only with consent.
Or your mother, I don't care. And everybody tell your mom to hit me up
fuck!
again.
Who wants to see their mom get fucked?
Yeah, well, anybody. Anyways, tell your mom to hit me up again. Anyways, let's blow on further with this. I love you all.
30 and still alone.
We're about an hour out of Melbourne and meet Raymond as he heads to the gym.
I go to the gym 6 days a week. I want to build a good amount of muscle and get lean and shredded. It seems that a lot of people have been successful with that. I still haven't had a successful one-on-one encounter with a girl.
Why do you think you've not had much success with women?
Firstly, I'm a very small guy. Like 6 foot guys are a lot more successful. I don't know how to talk to a woman or anyone
Up until now, most of the incels that we'd spoken to were virgins, but that's not the case.
He doesn't seem like your typical hateful incel.
No, he doesn't.
He's just an insecure dude that, yeah.
He's getting close. He's getting close, though. He's delving further and further into it. And, like, bro.
No, but he sees, like, the problem is, like, is with him. Like, I'm going to work on my body. I'm going to improve myself. It's not like, it's the women's fault. So,
almost yet. But the other problem is as soon as he's going to get into that. And the thing is, bro, get a better haircut. I know that you have gamer slouch. I have it as well. I've been dealing with my whole entire life because I've been a fucking gamer my whole entire life. For fucking 40 years, pretty much, I've been sitting in a chair like this, playing video games. It's still your attitude, and it doesn't matter how big your muscles are. And the thing that's what might happen next, he's gonna fucking get into steroids, and then he's gonna be screwed because now he's gonna be even more out of his mind about not getting laid. But let's keep blowing on a little bit more and just see where this goes.
Case with Raymond.
It has been some time since I had any sexual encounter that wasn't paid. I met some couples for.
See, I sit the same way he does. I sit the same way he does. But look at how he's sitting, and he looks uncomfortable as fuck. His hair is just. I mean, just if you just worked on not looking like this, like wearing this sweatshirt and a couple other things, then it would help you a little bit. I'm not saying like wearing a Versace suit or whatever, but getting a little bit of a haircut and looking a little less disheveled and going and talking to somebody like at a coffee shop or someplace in public would help you.
Threesomes, MMS threesomes, and I found them not really fulfilling. Everybody has those same desires to want to feel
that's what they're going to say he's doing.
Wanted and loved. I don't subscribe to a lot of the common views of, say, black pill incels. Like, not everything is determined by your genes. These groups, I feel, have kind of hijacked.
Here, he already looks a lot better.
Raymond is hoping to have changed his luck with women by his mid-30s.
If I haven't succeeded,
he's not
I'll
completely
probably start focusing on other things. Maybe just
no, but that's what I'm saying.
Life and just rush.
Yeah, I know. That's what you were saying. For
and
sure.
like he needs a couple of friends. He needs people to hang out with.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so let's go to
feel
this.
A bit better about
Tom says he's no longer involved in running the server, but he's still given up on the idea of ever being in a relationship.
I'm rather content now. It's just sort of like a huge like gaping hole in your life and fitting into society, I guess. Having bleak views affects my mental health and many other incels' mental health by making us like much less caring about our future prospects. The community is really the only reason why I stay, and as this
why don't you all fuck each other? God damn it. Just turn off the lights, everybody get naked, butter each other up or butter yourselves up, and fuck each other, god damn it. Just son of a, never mind. Okay, I'm done. Okay.
Situation for young men continues to get worse. It is
that's how I lost my virgin. Never mind.
Subgroups like incels will grow.
In the next part of our investigation, we look at how much of this online hate can spill out into the real world.
A man obsessed with guns with an online history of misogyny.
Killed his mother and 4 others.
So having all these violent fantasies, constantly thinking about it, rape, violence, murder.
And their only goal with me was to acquire some kind of sexual encounter.
Yeah, I'm fine. Sorry about it.
Oh my God! So they always like, oh, he's gonna interview us. Oh, then we get the fucker.
It's Mama's background. Mama.
Is it my son? My son's talking too loud, probably.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Just
you know what you're hearing?
Yeah.
I keep telling him to keep it down, but he doesn't. So sorry about that.
It's okay.
No, but like, did she actually say like they all were just hoping to have sex with her?
Yeah, that's why she fingered that.
I gotta be honest. Like, if I meet her, like I'd be hoping for that.
Well, that's the thing. I think that may be why they actually used her to do it, because then she could get further into it, because she can kind of coach them in without with just barely flirting. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure if she would have batted her eyelashes just like 1 or 2 times, those fools would have just done anything. So, anyways, what we want to do right quick is, here are some of the ways that you can get in contact with people if you're having problems with these problems, feeling like you're suicidal, wanting to unalive yourself, and or just needing somebody to talk to, or if any of you want to find a way to find communities that they can get more communication with locally, to find something to do in IRL with people so that you can get less out of the digital world or more into the real world, let us know, or somehow we will share more of this stuff in the near future about ways to get out and sniff the grass, taste the ball sacks. I mean, finger the holes. I mean, get into real life. Anyways, if there's anybody who wants to say anything before we get the fuck out of here, let us know. Mama, what do you have going on?
I just put a video. I did put a video out yesterday regarding Flatzoid's orange experiment.
Okay.
So if you want to go over to my channel and see what he did and see me critique it. Oh yeah, he effectively nullified his experiment.
Yeah.
He did not do it right at all.
Of course not. No, I know.
So, and then I've been having dealings with him in my comment threads. So Wednesday I'm doing a video regarding Dunning-Kruger from Mr. Dunning himself.
But now we've got, this is an egg, but now we also
this is an orange.
This is an orange.
Yeah.
I got that vibe the first thing when he said his video. This is an orange. Like, oh god.
Pretty much.
Yes, I got an article from Dr. Dunning himself. I'm reading on Wednesday.
Nice. Al, are you blue? If you're blue, go ahead and.
Al's got a new song he's chilling. It says here.
Is he blue?
Of course he's blue.
Okay, then just put it in the side chat.
Who isn't blue on this, sir? On this.
I don't know. I don't look anymore. Anyways, so tomorrow is, I think, dumb things that politicians say,
which is every day.
Of course, but we're gonna go over like some of the newest.
I actually commented on a TikTok that popped up on my thing from a Texas politician, and I agreed completely.
Thinker.
And you agreed with a Texas politician?
A Christian Texas politician.
You agreed with them?
Yes.
Okay, I don't care. And tomorrow we'll
because they were against putting the 10 Commandments in schools, because that's what they're trying. Like that, the schools have.
Yes, I know.
I'm waiting to create mass shootings.
And we may talk about how somebody destroyed this Satanic Temple's Christmas display somewhere.
Oh,
somebody
no.
knocked the head off. And they found out who the person is, and they're being prosecuted. But we'll look at that maybe later. And then also, Wednesday is Drunken News, and we're going over Destroy Your Dick December. If you don't know what that is, don't look it up yet. And then men's tampons, and deep fried pizza, security robots, and I don't remember the fifth.
Oh, I did want to say tomorrow, I'm going to get the channel link up. If you know who Miss Mandy Reacts is, I'm going to be on her stream tomorrow.
Awesome.
It'll be 1 p.m. Eastern, so 9 p.m. GMT.
Awesome. So put that link in the settlement chats. And then Thursday Thursday we are going over digital immortality and pharmakeia or something like that, which is being able to take drugs that will keep us alive forever. And then digital immortality is downloading your brain into a hard drive inside of a robot or something like that, or a bot, and then you live forever through that bot. And so we'll be going over the weird
simulate. Maybe we already did that. Maybe we already did that.
Well, we're
already in a simulation.
Well, we're
who knows? We might be.
We're almost there, but yeah, I mean, you all are in a stimulation, controlled by me. But we'll talk about the stimulations later. anyways, thank y'all very much for being here, and we'll see y'all leg hair and tomorrow and the other times and stuff and things. So nothing is wrong with deep fried pizza. It's definitely, I agree with you. We're just going over a street version of it or a different version of it because we have been doing pizza stuff in the last 5 weeks. I did one episode without pizza and y'all yelled at me. So now we're going to be doing pizza. Yeah, now we're going to be doing pizza every single time for it. So thank y'all very much. We'll see you. Everybody say bye.
Thank y'all for coming.
Yep. Bye.
Bye, bitches.